Live now.
I did that once. All right, we're back. Fireside Chronicles is here. It's Friday. It's the aforementioned time. And welcome to the land of 175% humidity. It rained for basically the last 48 hours straight, and now we've got beautiful
Mosquitoes.
puffy white clouds and some sunshine, and it's very sweaty out here. And that's where the mosquitoes come in, so we got the torches going.
Yeah.
And what a week it's been.
I feel horrible for having long sleeves and fucking jeans on.
Yeah, I feel horrible for literally wearing anything right now. I feel like we're sitting in a bowl of soup. It's brutal.
Yeah.
So no fire once again, as is the way in the summer. Hope everyone had a good week. Been looking forward to this for a couple days. My wife's been out of town. She's in Vegas playing poker. And she's back tomorrow. And we got a smaller crew, small peanut gallery today.
Yeah.
What's up, B-Rad?
What's going on?
I'm
Shaq
smoking
behind
this,
the camera.
Yeah, our man Shaq behind the camera there, and I'm smoking another one of these Dominican Florida Tamboril cigars. This is Brad. What do you got there?
I have one with the Drew Estate Legends. It's pretty damn good.
And I see Shackley already took the label off his, so he probably doesn't remember.
No, it's a GAR, whatever that is. Gar.
All right.
It's a Gar.
And we got a few bottles on the table today. I'm drinking the Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend Bourbon, which I've had on the show before.
Yep.
Finished in Armagnac, sherry, and cognac casks. Real sweet, high-proof deliciousness. And I got a bottle of Eagle Rare because, as mentioned, my wife's out of town and I cannot spend my night drinking 124 proof bourbon if I want to have kids that are alive in the morning when we all wake up.
Right.
So I got the 90 proof little Eagle Rare here waiting as my follow-up glass. And what do you got? What's over here?
So if anyone watched my little quick live last night, I have the Tequila 1519. Nice little story in here. It's actually a kosher certified tequila. First time I ever seen that. So yeah, for my brothers, my Jewish brothers out there, this is tequila that fits those parameters for you, buddy.
Buffalo Trace made 3 varieties of kosher bourbon about a year ago, and I never saw a single one in a store. But they were here. I just somehow missed them, and I never got them.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an ongoing thing, but that seems.
Reconnecting. I guess you're live.
All right, we're back. Yeah, sorry about the pause there.
Yeah.
So yeah, big week, lots of sports happening. Are we talking about that yet? I didn't know we were going there yet.
I mean,
Okay.
these guys have empty glasses because we haven't passed it around. We haven't talked about it yet. So today we're going to be taste testing Pit Bull's tequila.
Ooh.
It's Esplanita. It says age 18 months. Out of NOM 1467. So yeah, I mean, I have a little bit in my glass right now. I'm gonna pass it around to these guys.
Now talk to me about 18 months in the world of tequila. Is that a pretty decent time frame aging wise?
Yeah.
Because 18 months in bourbon doesn't even technically qualify as bourbon.
I mean, it
Right.
qualifies as añejo. I mean, and it could, it's right there. It's on the longer end of the añejos, but it's, right there. So it really is going to matter on where, if it's out of the highlands or lowlands.
Ooh.
Thank you. True
No, I'm
taste
good.
of it.
Thank you.
And,
Cheers.
we'll see. We'll see what everyone thinks. I would recommend you pour a glass too if you want. I mean, we don't have a large peanut gallery, so why not?
I'll take a glass. Yeah, go ahead, B-Rad. Hook me up, man.
I won't even ask which one you want. So I'm going to assume it's
Oh, the
this
one with the giant Yankees logo on the
Right.
base of the glass? Yeah, that's probably going to do it. Just a little light pour there.
Baseball's over, right?
Baseball
Well,
is
for
still
Cardinals,
going.
I mean, we went to the shitter, man. So, Oh, I'm also have one of your Bat Squatch
Yes.
beers, and after that, I'm gonna open up one of Buck's beers. It's B43. It says B43 is meant to be clear, juicy, and dry. Very dry.
Very dry. and it's a 7.0.
Yeah.
As he told us.
7.0 tall boy. So
7.0. So we're gonna see. But yeah, sports. We had some pretty exciting things.
Yeah, lots of all kinds of things happening. I mean, playoffs in the NBA, playoffs in the NHL, baseball's still kicking along. Lots of movement happening in football with free agents and people being signed all over the place. I mean, obviously, we're going to start a little bit. Let's start straddling that line between the NBA and tequila. Scottie Pippen released a bourbon. I'm sorry.
He did.
Scottie Pippen released a bourbon this week.
Yeah.
I'm very eager to see if our friends Al and Steve from the Breaks Cigars got a chance to try that yet. Because as we know, I think it was Steve, right, who said Al said it was that Pippen is the greatest player of all time.
Yeah. And Pippen's comments.
Yeah.
I don't think Durant's gonna try the bourbon anytime.
Right. Yeah. I think Durant is gonna sit out on that one.
There was a picture of him. I don't know. Again, could have been photoshopped. I'm not sure, but he was in the gym shooting around with a Tony Kukoc jersey on today. But again, I don't know how real. I don't know how real it was. Could have been photoshopped.
Durant was doing that?
Because he came back at Pippen about, you chose to sit down when the coach drew up a play for the better shooter. Saying,
right.
Yeah, there's a picture of Durant I saw today with a Kukoc jersey.
That's funny shit.
But again, it could have been, the internet nowadays. It could have been photoshopped. Nonetheless,
I will say
Durant is that petty though.
He is.
Durant is that.
And then
petty.
he likes to deny it afterwards.
Right.
He always does fucked up shit and then comes back and is like, that ain't me. I don't do stuff like that. I don't talk like
coming
that.
from the guy
He tries to play innocent all the time.
He has
Yeah.
like 3 or
tries
4
to
burner
play
Twitter accounts. Yeah. This dude, he has fucking burner Twitter
Twitter accounts.
like,
I'll say this though. I mean, the idea of sitting down voluntarily, the NBA is the only sport that ever happens.
Right.
Right? You never saw a baseball player going, "Take me out of the game, coach. I don't want to be here."
Right.
You never saw a football player. I mean, with rare exception. I mean, it seems to happen a lot in the NBA. You know, guys that are in high pressure moments and they just get pissed off and then they just go sit down. I don't know. It seems to have happened proportionately more in the NBA than any other sport.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just like, well, first off, I don't want to ever hear a KD is better than LeBron again, because when you get put out in the second fucking round and you couldn't carry your team, like my brother was fucking ragging me after KD, after Game 5, after the Game 5 win. My brother and all his boys were sitting there ragging me on Facebook.
Talking about when LeBron, when Lakers lost.
No.
Oh.
When KD won, KD beat the Bucks in Game 5, and he had that monster game. He had like that 49-point game, and everyone was saying like, "Oh, it's over," and then he comes back and he loses 2 straight. It's like, dude, like all you had to beat was Giannis. You can't even do that.
I don't get. I mean, look, we have our ridiculous ongoing year-plus long argument about who's the better player, LeBron or Jordan.
Right.
There's no question in my mind that LeBron James is one of the top 3 or 4 greatest players of all time. Regardless of what the argument is, no, I'm not even trying to.
No, I'm not. I'm listening.
This is not shit talking. I mean this.
Because we're not gonna go there tonight.
There's no question that he is right there at the top of the list, all time. No question. Top 5, top 3, whatever you want to say.
Right.
Top 2. You can't put Kevin Durant on that list. You can't put literally anyone else that is currently playing the game or has played the game in the last 10 years on that list. It's a very exclusive club.
When did Kobe retire?
I was gonna say yeah.
I mean, Kobe retired.
It was 2016 or 17.
All right, so
yeah, Kobe.
Kobe's in the top 10, right? Top, whatever.
Kobe's in my top 7.
Kobe,
yeah.
7?
I didn't say he's not in my top 5. I'm just saying.
You keep a running top 7?
I'm just saying.
That seems like a
he's
very
above,
arbitrary number.
I'm saying he's above top 10 to me. I don't want to say top 5
birthday
because I
boy
haven't
is
really
here.
thought about it.
What's up, Nev?
Blessings.
If you had the option,
It's your birthday?
Jason.
Happy birthday.
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday.
I would certainly take LeBron.
Okay.
Over him.
I already know who you.
Yeah.
Did you take LeBron?
I will
or
not
did you
let
take
you
Kobe?
leave here without that bottle tonight. I got it.
Yeah, I got you too.
Yeah.
You taking LeBron or you taking Kobe?
Kobe.
LeBron or Kobe?
Kobe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm taking Kobe over LeBron in terms of all-time greatness.
I'm not.
Is it very far off? Probably not.
He's
It's not very far off for me either.
He's still playing, but Kobe right now.
Yeah, Kobe's a pussy.
Done a
You should
lot.
get back out there.
Well, I ain't Kobe.
Too soon?
Kobe, yeah.
Yeah, too soon?
It will always
Yes,
be.
yes,
It will
yes.
always
RIP.
be.
All the
too
viewers
soon.
just
Always
left.
liked Mamba.
Yes.
Greatest.
It will always
Yes,
be.
I
One
know
of the
that
greatest.
Kobe is
Yeah.
no longer alive. Yes, I'm aware of that. Thank you very much.
But
Kobe
R.I.P.
died.
Mamba.
R.I.P.
going back to the Twitter, Kevin Durant.
Right.
Jay Williams. Did you see his tweet that he put out?
No.
And then he backtracked it and was like, "Oh, I was hacked." So,
He went fucking hack. Fuck
so
that.
did you hear about that though? So the Celtics hired what's his name? Adoka.
Yeah, he was a good coach.
So Jay Williams put out, "Oh, this is a huge moment. Celtics hired their first coach of color." When you can look back, Doc Rivers, Bill Russell, Casey Jones, I think they've had 5 or 6
Yeah.
black coaches
Right.
before. So Jay Williams put a tweet. He deleted it. Oh, like blah blah blah. This wasn't my post. I changed my password.
No, you
And
just
he
fucking
has a history of like
Oh,
sometimes saying things that aren't accurate.
Right.
So yeah, he hasn't mentioned anything about it publicly, but he put a tweet out about it.
I'm just going to go out there and say that the excuse that I got hacked
I
is just about as valid as I didn't do steroids, man. I ate some tainted pork.
Right.
Bullshit.
Right.
No, the Roger Clemens. My wife shot me up with B12.
Yeah, okay. Right
Yeah,
on. Sure, Roger.
In the butt.
No problem, man. Yeah. I mean, those excuses are just crap. Like,
They are.
a
That's all it is.
professional athlete has a team around them. They have people that are telling them what to do with their socials. How to have
Yeah.
everything
Dog,
protected.
he and the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no chance that that's the case.
Well, that one's
Exactly.
crap.
Come on, Daddy.
There is zero chance.
Oh, we get the baby monitor out here.
Yeah.
That's a good one if it can reach all the way here from your house.
Yeah.
Might not be able.
We're not going to talk about that.
I think, let's not put that on the internet.
Yeah. But yeah, that is one of the weakest excuses ever.
Yeah.
In the history. Just
It's
say,
garbage. It's
just say,
garbage.
look, man, I didn't realize that the Celtics have a long history of hiring black and minority coaches. That's all you have to say. Just own up to the shit, man. Like, players fuck up too. Like, just admit to it.
No, these people are all human. I mean, every
Right,
one of these players,
exactly.
coaches, all of them, they're all
He's
human. You make mistakes, man, but I always come from a place where if you fuck something up, you own it. You just own it.
And-
Right.
You say some wrong shit, you either just stand and die on that mountain, or you at least go, yeah, listen, I fucked up.
Part of me feels, part of me does
Sorry.
feel like he is being truthful. Part of me does, because Doc Rivers coached won the Celtics championship. Like, how do you as a former NBA player and a current NBA analyst not remember that? That's why part of me feels like, okay, maybe he really didn't do it and somebody did it, but
I'm not buying it, man.
I'm not buying it.
I run a
I'm
ton of
trying
social
to get
media
him the
accounts.
You
I know
trying
how
to
that
play?
shit
Yeah, you
works.
trying to give him a bit? No, I can't give him the benefit of the doubt.
because it's like something that's so just blatant and clear.
Has he
and-
ever said messed up shit before?
Oh yeah, and that's what.
It's what he
Part of it.
does. It's what he does. And guess what?
'Cause he said something
he
about
probably
Durant.
gained 20,000 followers on his Twitter account because of
He
this.
probably
He
did.
said something about Durant a few years ago on like First Take or something that was completely not true, and he had to come back and basically say like, no, you know what, I was wrong. I think what did he say? He's like, I remember the situation. Well, it was something. So he does have a history of not knowing what the hell.
So if he has a history of doing
I know.
why are you giving him the benefit of the doubt?
Because
That's
it's
the
such because some of that stuff is whatever, but it's like the Celtics won a championship with
Right.
a black coach. Like, how do you
I mean,
not remember
Bill
that?
Russell was
And
one of the
that alone,
first
too. He was a
player
coach.
coaches
Yeah.
to ever win a
He
fucking
was the
championship.
first.
Yeah,
was
he's
the
the
first.
first
He's the
player
first
coach
black
ever to
coach.
win a championship. And he's the greatest player of all time in basketball. How do you fucking forget that shit? How, Jay?
Yeah, I don't buy any of
And
it.
then shoot, use
Yeah,
the
I don't
internet,
buy
bro.
any.
Like fact check before you put it out
You
there
have
if
a
you
fact
are.
checker in your ear.
I mean, honestly, you could
Well,
look at,
obviously not on Twitter, but
I manage social
No, I
media
know.
accounts
Yeah.
up and down the line, personal ones, famous people, all sorts of stuff. I have probably 30 million followers in my portfolio on all the accounts I manage.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you,
Damn.
he didn't fuck up. He did fuck up. He didn't. There's no benefit of the doubt to be given.
Right.
None. That is an impossible thing to do. You can hack someone's account, but like, it's very obvious and it's very easy. Hackers don't speak good English. They don't say things in the proper vernacular. They don't do, like, it never looks right. It's formatted wrong. Like, that tweet, I saw that tweet.
Yeah.
It was him.
My question would be this: why in the hell would a hacker hack your account just to simply say,
And why him, of all people?
just to simply say, oh,
To make them look
Good.
bad. And this is just me looking at it from all.
say it. Like, why wouldn't they say something worse to
Right.
make them look
Like,
bad?
bro,
Why would you hire this,
your agent, your manager,
Right.
your agent, your manager, your marketing team, all the people that surround that dude, not one of them told you, hey, you should probably put on two-factor authentication so you don't get hacked? Come on. He started his Twitter account and the next day had it set up properly. He's got a team.
Exactly.
Like, guys like that, they don't do shit by themselves. They don't set it up by themselves.
Right.
They have people that say, okay, listen, we're going to tweak this, we're going to change that, we're going to put this setting on, we're going to do this, and now here's your phone, you're good, don't give it to anyone else. They don't. There's no.
If they
way
don't
you
have
got
those people, they need them.
that. Yeah.
Right. Like,
He has enough money to. I mean, it's free to put on a two-step fucking authentication factor there.
And then
Put
I
a
was-
little pin number.
And then I was thinking too, like if he is lying about this, he has a history of being, untruthful. Like, it makes me think back to some of the stuff he said. Like, being honest, like the story he tells about Kobe when he was playing, when Jay Williams went to the game early to shoot around. Kobe was already out there working out, and then Jay Williams worked out for like an hour and a half before the game. Kobe was still practicing. And he asked after the game, he's like, why were you working out so hard and so long? And he said, Kobe told him, he was like, I wanted you to understand psychologically that no matter how hard you worked, you were not going to work harder than I was. And now I'm starting to wonder, like, some of the stuff he was saying, is that really true? Like, Jay Williams,
believe-
or is he
Come
lying?
on, man.
I believe that to be true though,
I do.
because
You don't get that good,
right,
right? Without working.
but I'll say it in this context. He's not the first person to ever say that about Kobe. Like a ton of ex-NBA players that played with Kobe said that about Kobe. Like Kobe, I remember Kobe had an interview, and he was talking about how the younger players on the team just wanted to go out to the club and everything, and they were making fun of Kobe, calling him the old man because Kobe didn't want to go out. So Kobe went out with him one time, and then Kobe went up to their room at like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m.
5
or
or 6,
whatever.
yeah.
Knocked on the door like
Yo,
get
let's
the fuck
let's
up.
get to it, yeah.
Let's get to the gym.
Yeah.
Let's
And
get
they
to the
were all
weights.
fucked up.
Right. And Kobe said to him, he's like, look, I did what you wanted me to do.
Right,
now you get your ass up and do how I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Kobe was that dude. That was his mentality. I mean, so I 100% believe that Kobe did that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, guys like that, you don't get to be that next level
no.
basketball player, football player, baseball, any sport, without putting in the work that goes above and beyond what anyone else is doing.
Right.
There's such a thing as natural talent, and then there's such a thing as taking that natural talent, putting in the work, and taking it to a level that no one else can go to.
Exactly.
You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't put in the work,
Exactly.
you're going to be LeBron instead of Michael Jordan.
Oh, listen. No,
Exactly.
I was
Message?
listening to
Brought that right
No,
back
no.
around. You see what I did there?
Yeah, fuck that. No. Scotty, who was it? Was it Scotty or someone else that actually said, they also sent out a tweet that said, I don't know, no, Steve Kerr. He said that KD is the most gifted athlete, well, most gifted basketball player of all time.
does that mean he's
More
the
gifted than
best?
Michael Jordan.
No, gifted
He
is
didn't-
one thing.
He didn't say that.
Execution.
Yeah, no, he didn't say that. He didn't say that he was the best. What he said is that with his height, at 7 foot, with
All
handles,
ability.
handles of a 6'6" guard, with the stroke of damn near Curry at 7 foot, like that's something that Jordan never had.
Right.
Jordan had to
and
work
in
his
order
ass
to
off.
take it from being the most talented or the most gifted or the most skilled or whatever to the best of all time, many things have to go right.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be healthy. You have to have perfect genetics because your knees and your elbows and your shoulders have to hold up over time.
Right.
How many super talented, unbelievable players over time never quite reached their potential because they couldn't stay healthy?
Hey,
A lot.
Greg
You
Oden
know?
didn't come
Come
off.
back.
Just
Come
to
back
think
and
of
check
one,
on the kid.
Greg Oden, who came from.
I
That
mean, I
same
could
draft
think of
with Kevin
1,000
Durant.
baseball players that fit that
Oh, yeah.
profile.
Oh yeah.
You know, 1,000. You know, over
Yeah.
time. It's
What, they
there.
have the talent towards you.
They had the talent and everything, but they couldn't stay healthy to reach their full potential. I mean, Mark Price. Look at Mike Price.
Mark Pryor.
Mark Price?
Well, Mike Pryor, yeah.
I was like,
Mark-
Mark Price,
Mark
that was my
Pryor.
guy, bro.
Mark Pryor.
Sorry, Mark Pryor.
Yeah, Mark Pryor, Kerry Wood, you know, all these guys, like, and there's millions of them.
Yeah.
I mean, even, you know, you look at a guy like in baseball, you know, I always bring it back to the Yankees, but you look at Giancarlo Stanton. He had a couple of really incredible years, and now for 3 straight years, he's barely played half the season.
But he
Yeah.
got
Does he
paid.
go down and
Oh, he's definitely paid. He's
Not
getting
a-
all that money too. He's getting all that money.
Yeah. You know, but that's the thing. I mean, you know, he's one of the most talented people of all time. And, you know, there's tons of players like that all
Yeah.
the time. Everything has to connect,
Yeah.
you know.
It
And
does.
It's your health, it's your genetics, it's the work ethic, it's, you know, the talent and the skill and all of it. And it's only a handful of people where it really does gel like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I saw playing baseball. I saw some great fucking talent. And one of my shortstops I had, this dude had the quickest hands ever that I've ever seen in my life. And I always tell this story about when I saw him. So this dude, it was a hard ground ball hit deep in the hole between third and short. And this dude, he's a speedy guy, but I've never seen hands quicker than this. This dude backhanded, and in the same moment of him backhanding it, he flipped the ball up and threw a rocket across first base.
Yep.
Across the first base.
From deep.
From deep in the hole at shortstop. And I didn't even see the exchange. It was just like, I'm like, what the fuck? And all you saw was just a line. It was just an underhand toss. It was just a fucking beeline.
Yep.
95 miles per hour across the field on a string, just right to the first baseman's chest. And this kid, if he would have stayed healthy, oh my God.
Yeah.
This dude would have been the next fucking Francisco Lindor or Derek
Guys that
Jeter.
just blow
you know?
out a knee early.
Ozzie Smith.
You know, shoulder trouble that you never recover from. You know, it happens all the time.
Yeah, you know, and you see it like when you see it like you see it up close and personal. Like when you see that shit, like Jordan Danks, and anyone Sox fans are out there.
Yep.
Jordan Danks, I don't know, Jordan Danks was he the pitcher or
Yeah, he was pitcher.
so
John Danks.
John Danks, yeah.
John Danks. John Danks was his brother, his little brother, right fielder. So I played against this kid. He came up as high school. He came up to play summer ball against us. And, yeah, I threw pretty damn hard. I set it 95, 96. And I probably threw a ball this far off the outside corner on him. And he ropes it down the right field line for a fucking double. Like, high schooler come up here and doing this shit. And then we have our ace come up, and he's pitching against him. Throws the perfect changeup on the outside corner. High school. This kid, bow.
A pitch he should not be able to hit.
A pitch he should not be able to touch at all. He hits a rocket home run off of. I'm like, and this is a high schooler facing people that are going to get drafted, facing some of the top talent in the nation, and it's like, but here he is. He didn't pan out in the major leagues because of health. And he would have been one hell of a right fielder for the White Sox.
Major League Baseball is that, I think, in all of sports is the toughest nut to crack, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's 5 levels of minor leagues. You have to succeed in all of them if you even have a shot. You know, it's pretty crazy.
It's not just health, it's mental health too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have mental fortitude to get through some shit.
Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
All right.
Not to switch
I mean,
back to
whoever it
basketball.
is, but yeah.
Well, one
Carlos
of the
Zambrano.
great stories. Yeah, Carlos Zambrano's a great story.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
96 is good.
But he got paid.
Yeah,
He
got
broke
paid.
down like right
He
after he got
deserved
paid.
it. Right.
And then you look at a guy like Zach Greinke, right?
But he bounced back.
He bounced
He's
back,
still
but
going.
he never could have played in New York.
No.
His mental health wasn't there, and mental
No.
health is a great piece of it.
Yeah.
He had a questionable time with the Dodgers for a minute,
Even when he was on the Royals, I think.
but when the pressure really got onto
I think
him,
it was the Dodgers. He really.
the Yankees had like
He
15
really
different
was surprised.
opportunities to pick that dude up over the years, and every time they were like, "Nah, we're good."
Yeah.
Because they knew he could not play in New York.
Yeah.
When you're on the front page of the newspaper every single day, like.
He really mentally collapsed.
Well, even Randy Johnson. Remember when he went to New York before he even
He
played
was
a
old
game?
by that point.
Still, but he was still coming off of probably an All-Star season. He
did
was still
okay
good.
in New York. He didn't
Right, but
explode.
it got to him before he even played a game. I remember just the media coming up to him on the street. He couldn't even handle that, and it's like, dude, you signed in New York. Like, what do you expect?
Right.
Yeah, it's really, really tough.
I mean, it's
There's so many things that have to go right in all
Right.
these sports in order to make it happen.
it is.
So many things.
It's so hard, and I'll tell you from my perspective, man. Just when you're in that when you're in the lower levels, it's hard as fuck, man. It is hard as fuck. Like you're still riding on buses, you're living in people's houses,
Playing in front of 75 people a night.
You're playing in front of less people than you played in college. Like you're still. It's like you went back to high school baseball.
Yeah.
And
But
it's-
Major League Baseball does that shit on purpose.
Yeah.
They're deliberately trying to break people down.
Well, they want to
to
get
weed
the,
out.
It's like the military.
It's about
Yeah.
weeding it out.
It's about weeding it out. Yeah,
all
that's
about
that's the
weeding it
whole thing.
It's a mental process.
Yeah.
It is, and that shit is hard, man.
Low A, high A, double A,
See,
summer
there's
ball,
Independent
League.
ball.
And then there's so many ways that you can get fucked with too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That you're part of the team. You understand your triggers.
I mean,
you
you-
don't like them triggers.
And then you have your traps off the field too, because there's so many traps off the field. Like there's always a group of people that's there to offer you the wrong shit that you don't need. There's always groups of girls there to get you in trouble. There's always free alcohol. There's always a good amount of free stuff that can fuck up your life.
Yeah.
And it
Party
all-
scenes, drugs, women.
Yeah.
Tyler has this opinion, man.
Sounds
I don't know if
terrible.
it's true, but I think you play basketball. I played football in college. You played baseball.
Yeah.
I think baseball players are the dirtiest motherfuckers. I mean, just the dirtiest motherfuckers.
Except for him. Except
No,
for him.
I'm
no,
generalizing.
absolutely,
You a part
definitely
of it.
including
him. I know.
All of them. All of them. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
It matters what you mean by
Am I
dirty.
right? take it how
You know
you
what
want
you
it.
mean.
Any level of dirty, any number of
Hey,
things.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I can't dispute that, man.
yeah, you
I
can.
can't.
Especially because of that minor league system too. Because
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
I
you think
can't
about the
dispute
NBA. After college, there's essentially one level. There's one level, right? You're either a great player in college who makes it to the NBA,
Right.
or you're an accountant.
I mean,
No,
they have
no,
the
no,
G
no,
League.
no.
They have the G
Overseas.
League
Whoa,
now.
whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
the G League.
But
G
now-
League
but
overseas,
now,
yeah.
years and years.
No, overseas.
I'd go to Israel.
No, there's people that
Oh
make
my
a killing
God.
overseas.
Yeah, overseas you can
Hell
make a ton of
yeah.
money.
But that's also a fairly new phenomenon over the last
But there's
20 years.
leagues
Yeah, we
all
know
over,
about it.
right?
No, there-
Yeah.
There's leagues in like
always
every
been-
country.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
you
Like
can
there's a
always
Turkey
find
league
one
and a
that-
Japan league and
Like
a
old
Hey,
boy,
I'm not on camera, man.
right now. No,
you remember Royce
No.
White,
You know.
the dude that had anxiety from flying? He was on the Rockets.
Keep
They
off
wouldn't
camera.
accommodate him, like taking buses. He ended up
Yeah.
going to like the Canadian basketball league and was an MVP. He went to Iowa State, got drafted, but he could not
Yeah, I
fly. He
remember
had
dude,
terrible
yeah.
anxiety. He could not fly at all.
who was
So
that?
he came back to the
Royce
NBA.
White. He went to Iowa State, I believe. But he ended up, almost like the Rockets just kind of were like, fuck your mental health. Like either you're going to fly with the team or you're not going to be on the team. We're not going to get you a bus to take you from
Right.
state to state. He ended up going to the Canadian basketball league and like became MVP.
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot of guys who went to the Canadian Football League. and
Doug Flutie.
dominated. Doug
Different.
Flutie, right?
But overseas,
Kurt Warner,
is
right?
Pretty big for
Kurt Warner.
basketball.
Or was he arena?
I mean,
Like, you
even,
can go overseas and make
he might have been
a
both.
good living in basketball for sure.
and the same thing in baseball. Like you can go to Korean League.
Japan,
Or you go to
play
Japan.
China, you can play.
Yeah, you can make a ton of fucking money. Like there's players, there's some Asian players that had contracts offered to them in the major leagues, but they went back to their home country to play because they were able to make 4
They're
times
stars,
more
yeah.
over there.
And
than
there's
they
been
were
a
able
lot
to
of
make over
a
here.
lot of Asian, especially Asian baseball players, who were way overhyped, came over here, totally imploded, and never did a thing.
Yeah,
Right?
Except for the
Yeah.
ones the Yankees pick.
Well, the Yankees had a disaster one time. That
Yeah.
Hideki
One
Irabu.
time.
Yeah.
One
Remember
time.
him? He fucking
They
imploded.
gave him a lot of money.
They gave him
Yeah.
a lot of money, and then
Hisap Choi.
Forgot about that.
yeah, I mean Tanaka was good for the Yankees. There were a few. I mean, obviously Ichiro, like some of these guys.
Deki
But
Matsui was decent.
Hey,
Matsui's. I mean,
The
he
Cardinals had the Japanese,
Matsui
so
might be the
Taguchi.
second or third greatest, or third greatest now.
Right back when they go check on the key.
Yeah. Yeah, put this back on the shelf.
Like,
here.
I ain't lying.
Who's that pitcher for the Angels? Is that the Angels?
Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, that dude is. a
Isn't he
beast.
like?
he
wasn't
might end
leading,
up being. He might end up
he
being
is
one of
a-
the 10
Hey,
or 12
could-
greatest.
Could
players.
Could you
leading
get
the
Cy
league
Young
in
and
home
MVP in the
He
same year?
might have a chance at that.
He is a fucking beast.
Yeah. He might have a chance.
That dude.
So he
right there-
DHs right when he's not pitching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that dude is a fucking beast.
He's a monster.
Shohei Ohtani.
Is he still leading in home runs?
He,
I don't know, but
He might
he's really
realistically end up going down in history as one of the greatest ball players to ever live.
For what he's doing right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do the Angels always have these great players, but they always suck?
Because they don't know how to build a team around the players. Here's Cole.
They
Here's
need
Cole.
the Angels in the outfield.
Cole's going to a Windy City Thunderbolts baseball game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Where is that at?
It's in
right
Windy
here,
City.
Not far. Like 10 minutes away.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he, Shohei Ohtani has a great chance to be one of the greatest players of his generation.
Well, how old is he?
He's like 24,
28.
20.
He's a little. Wait. No, you have to be a certain age to be posted. You can't.
No,
You can't come
can
over
be
here at
posted
22,
like,
23.
No, you can be posted like 24, 25 up
All right, we're
now.
gonna Google this now.
Google it.
Let's do
Yeah.
this because you may be right. I don't actually.
But I mean, either way, he has
How
has
old
the
is
chance.
Shohei Ohtani?
Shohei Ohtani is.
26, and
See?
he's in his third year.
Yeah.
Because 1 year he lost to injury.
Exactly.
So yeah, you're right.
So the dude, he has a great chance to be one of the greatest players of all time.
Of all time, yeah.
You know,
Whew. That's some early talk here.
He's
That
already
is.
the greatest hitting pitcher of all time.
yeah.
Period.
Fuck Babe Ruth.
Well, Babe Ruth never pitched a day after he started hitting. When he came to the Yankees, he never pitched again. Ever.
Yeah.
They realized he was a better hitter than he was a pitcher, and that was the end of it for him. They never put him back on the mound ever.
Well, Shohei Ohtani will go out there and throw a damn near no hitter and then hit 2 bombs.
Yeah.
That's legit.
He's a monster. Yeah, he's
Who was the
absolute
best hitting pitcher before, not counting Babe Ruth, before Ohtani?
That's a good question.
That is personally, who was
Baumgartner hit a bunch.
Bumgarner.
Bumgarner did well.
Baumgartner
He's
hit a
done
bunch.
well.
Madison
Bumgarner. I always have to say him.
He definitely hit a bunch.
Oh yeah, that dude. He's still a force.
And what's his name that pitches for the Mets? DeGrom can hit too.
DeGrom, but not on Bumgarner's level.
No.
Bumgarner.
Bumgarner had
actually
more
used to pinch
power.
hit. No, Bumgarner actually used to pinch hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would put him in on like a Tuesday when he wasn't pitching until Friday.
Wainwright pinch hits sometimes.
Wainwright.
Yeah, he just
But
pinched
knew how
hit
to-
recently.
Yeah, he had a lot of back control and he knew how to push
Brad.
the bunt down. So that's why he was there. But yeah, I would have to say Bumgarner. Bob Gibson was a damn good hitter as well. You gotta go old school when you really want to talk about like good old school,
Yeah, you
like
definitely do.
Good hitters and pitchers. Greg Maddux was
Can
okay.
you get me one of those squatches?
They had that commercial, right, with him and Glavin, where they're like chicks dig the long ball. Remember that? That was solid. I don't know what it was for, but it was a good commercial.
They were having batting practice and they were hitting home runs in batting practice.
Right, but I don't know what the commercial was actually like advertising for,
yeah,
right? Like,
Right.
All right. When these dudes come back and sit down, I want to talk about this
Yeah.
Espanita.
Give our opinions on it.
Yeah, let's talk about Espanita.
Before we close it out and take it to
Yeah,
non-live
non-camera
drinking.
drinking. Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Yeah, I bought this on a whim because I like the can today. I was
good.
I was
It's
at
actually good,
Kenwood and Rogue Bat Squatch Hazy IPA, 6.7, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Say 6.7.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Now,
beer.
I would say this though, it's different coming from that can, this beer, to this beer, because this is extremely hoppy, extremely skunky, and I'm not saying it's a bad beer, but to go from like this beer, where it's like, India Pale Ale has, it's nice flavor to it, it's not like it's not a dry beer,
Yeah.
To go to this,
I've
where it's
never had
more
that.
dry, it's a little bit of adjustment. But
This is
both
the
of them
first
are
time I've had this too.
I've been moving away from the dry IPAs a little.
Yeah.
I've been moving into the hazies a little bit.
This is a hazy, but it's still.
I just
good. Yeah.
lately anything.
It's a little
hazy
hoppy.
has got me going.
It's a kind of skunky.
Yeah.
And I don't know nearly enough about beer to really talk about it on a level that some people do, but I'm just, Flossmoor Station over here has a great hazy IPA. And I don't really like their beer because it always gives me a headache every time I drink it. But that one's pretty solid.
Shout out to Flossmoor Station.
Shout out to Flossmoor Station. I want to give a shout out, if anybody's watching this, I want to give a shout out to my guys in the band Light the Torch, who released a record today and have a live stream happening literally as we speak that I technically should be watching, but we're here. But if you like heavy rock, go check out Light the Torch. New record out today.
It's okay if you leave us to go over there. We're almost done.
We're almost done. So let's start with this Espanita.
Yeah.
So I'll go as the non-tequila guy. I'll just say that having had a bunch of añejos with you, I didn't find it to be anything special. I thought it was kind of right in line with most of the other mid-shelf añejos that I've had, in your presence. Nothing really outrageous, no really unique tasting notes. What's the cost on that bottle?
I'll say that after
Okay.
everyone.
I'd say if it is a mid-priced bottle, I'm good with it. I'd buy it. It's fine. That's my whole review.
I'm not too familiar with all the notes and all that stuff, but it was decent. I'll definitely have another glass of it. Again, I kind of agree with Jason. If it's like around if it's like a mid-price one, it's probably something I would pick up just to add to the.
So what price point are we talking about?
I would go in the 40 to 60 range. I'd be perfectly happy drinking it.
Yeah, I'd probably
for
say
a bottle. Anything higher than that,
I would say probably no more than like 45, 50 tops.
yeah. I'd say anything higher than that, there's something else out there I'm gonna like better.
And it's not an extra, right?
It's just an añejo. Buck.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I'm not gonna go on camera, but I'd agree. If it's around $50, I think it's worth buying. Anything over that, I probably wouldn't pay for it. I'd go a different direction, but yeah, I like it.
All right, so I'll give my view on it. First, I'll start with the price of the bottle. I picked it up for like $33.
Oh, 33. That's a great bottle of tequila.
Exactly.
All in on that. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's good.
That's what I say. At the price point that it is at $33 that I picked it up for, and I picked it up at Marino's Liquors. I'm happy with it. For $33, I'll buy this all day and have it as just something I'll put out there for everyone to drink.
I mean, before you started that tequila and the story thing,
Yeah,
you had Table Bottle Tuesday. This is a good table bottle.
it is 100%
Right.
a good table bottle.
For that price, all in on it.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
100%.
And you can get that anywhere.
No, I got it at Marino's. I've not been able to find it at any other place. I haven't been able to find it at Benny's, not at Kenwood, not at Pete's, not at Mariano's. I've been able to find it at Marino's though. So shout out to Marino's for your tequila selection.
Yeah.
I've been digging that store a lot lately, of course, along with Kenwood and Benny's. But Marino's is They say they're the nation's largest tequila liquor store.
Right on. Where's that? Where are they located?
On 26th Street, just north of Midway.
Oh, that's actually pretty close to Kenwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 15, 20 minutes northeast of Kenwood.
Right on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give it a thumbs up at $33.
Yeah.
I'm definitely good with that.
To me-
That's a solid price for just a perfectly fine bottle. Like,
Exactly.
nothing crazy, but
Yeah. I mean, at $33, if I'm comparing it with higher end bottles, this has nothing on those. But in a $33 range, this is one of the better $33 tequilas in my opinion. It's one of the better ones. I mean, like you said, there's nothing special. There's no strong vanilla, no strong agave, no strong pepper, or anything that really sticks out where you're like, man, this is amazing. But there's nothing that you don't take a sip of it and be like, oh, this is disgusting.
right. Yeah. I mean,
You know,
you need those price bottles in your life. That honestly, that's why Eagle Rare exists. Look out. $35.
it's your glass, so I don't worry
I
about
didn't
it.
break it.
I
Somehow
know.
I didn't break it. I didn't put a crack in it. $35 can be hard to find, but I'll challenge you to find a better $35 bottle of bourbon than Eagle Rare. And that's the same thing. I mean, you gotta have those bottles in your life.
Exactly.
So I wanted to mention also on the bourbon side, if you're in Chicagoland and you're a bourbon guy like me, this week was kind of a banner week for private barrel picks landing in Chicago. Binny's had a Maker's pick, a Knob Creek pick, a Sazerac Rye pick, Yellowstone.
I have that Sazerac on hold for me.
Excellent. The Yellowstone, and at least one other. And then Kenwood had a Elijah Craig, this great bottle that I actually tried today at the store, Charleston Distilling Company from Charleston, South Carolina. Landed at Kenwood this week. So if you're into private barrel picks, there's all sorts of great barrels all over Chicago right now, this week. Get out there and get on the hunt and pick some good stuff up. And we all know that your barrel is coming to Kenwood pretty soon.
Yep.
That'll probably be about another 6 weeks till that thing shows up.
Yeah.
Give
Look
or take.
forward to it.
And we, without question, goes without saying, we'll be sampling that heavily on this
100%.
show.
Yes. We'll be having multiple bottles of that on
Yeah.
here.
We're gonna be hooking up the whole neighborhood and
Yeah.
everything else.
Oh, can't forget the new deal that we have. So anyone in the Chicago area that wants to come to a normal, I shouldn't say normal, but on a consistent TLA top shelf tequila tasting, close a deal with Tobacco Plus with TP Cigar Lounge to do every other Wednesday. We're going to do a top shelf tequila and cigar pairing, or bourbon and cigar pairing. The bottles will be at least $100, and will be on average between $150 and $200 a bottle. It is going to be a select number of people that go there and that can be on the list for that. You have to go to TP Cigar Lounge to actually get on the list for that, or you have to know myself or this man or Unk Smoke to be able to get on that list and be a guest on there. But if you're in Chicago, you want to get on that list, you want to try some great tequila, you want to be involved in one of our great tequila tastings, have a sampling of a great cigar, and talk some real serious tequila and bourbon and cigar.
When's
talk.
the next one?
The first one is going to be 2 Wednesdays from now. So not this next
So a
Wednesday,
week and a
but the
half.
Wednesday after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you get in?
So you have to go to TP Cigar Lounge. You have to talk to Smoke, and that's the only way you can sign up. Or
Is there a fee for this, or you just
there is.
Okay.
There's details, and he'll be able to tell
good?
you.
So he'll tell you everything if you just show up and say, "Hey,
Exactly.
I heard it from TLA. I'm interested in this." Do it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. He'll tell you all the fees and the qualifications, or you have to be a guest of myself or of this beautiful man right here.
I'm very beautiful. I'm nothing if not beautiful. No, I'm going to make every effort to be there for the first one.
Yeah.
Although we might have Little League playoffs that night, so it might be the second one that I show up for. But I'll bring a great bottle out, and we'll hook some people up with some great pours.
And then if you're a brand that wants to be a part of this, or want to submit your bottles, no matter if it's bourbon or tequila, DM one of us.
Yep, hit us up. And you know, I haven't said it on the show in a while, but obviously you can find me at Suburban Bourbon Dad, and obviously you know how to find him. So just shoot us a DM and you know, watch for the tags when this gets posted. And I guess with that, we'll wrap it up. And we will be back as always next week with another one of these. And cheers, everybody! Thanks for coming out. And we'll see you a week from today at the usual aforementioned time, 6 p.m. on Friday. Fireside Chronicles out.